concrete jungle where the dreams are made. Neon lights piercing through the heavy shade. I'm walking solo on this broken glass. I'm walking solo on this broken glass, watching all the shadows as they start to pass. Oh, the city's calling out my name, but the heartbeat never feels the same. Lost in the rhythm of the midnight sun. The race is over, but I've just begun. Steel horizons reaching for the gray. Another dollar just to buy another day. Echoes of a story that was never told, in a world that's turning bitter and cold. Oh, the city's calling out my name, but the heartbeat never feels the same. Lost in the rhythm of the midnight sun. The race is over, but I've just begun. Just begun. City lights, midnight sun.
And hi there, guys, and welcome. There you go. Sorry, I took a couple of seconds to change over the what you call it. Take that off. For some reason, it's cold in here. I wonder if it's because the police were so they broke the back doors and they broke the front doors, and they think the police think they can break shit and leave the lot of cold air coming, especially a person like me who suffers with arthritis and all of that and so forth. Arthritis, you know what I mean, and cold don't work well together. Imagine if us, the public, went round and smashing in, you know, what I mean, the homes of the police officers where they live and so forth, and then we just walked away and said, "Hey, nah, pay it yourself." You know what I mean? Yeah, because you know what I mean. But by being under the name police, right, it doesn't give you special ability to break shit. You're still a human being in the day, and you can still be held accountable. You know what I mean, so yeah, so that's why I got this on, guys. If you're wondering. Yeah, I mean, and the way gas prices are and all of that. If this officer's sitting there going, "In the heat," no, you come and pay for the heating, you dozy buggers. Anyway, then again, the police are going along with terrorism anyway. You know, what I mean, the Mason masters are happily going along with it. You know what I mean? So the Mason masters are causing the terrorism, giving the orders, and people in councils and the police and all that. Happily going along with those orders. I mean, put it this way, right? And I mean, I would never want anybody to do this and so forth. If, say, you or me or if that's turned around to them and said, "Hey, why don't you jump off a cliff?" They wouldn't do it. But if the Mason Masters said, prove your loyalty to us and jump off a cliff, oh, they would do it. Yeah, I mean, the police, the councils, and all of that, and so forth. We know that, I mean, because look at them, they go along with I mean, that's it, the Great Reset, where everybody will have nothing. And anybody who still believes in supporting the politicians, doesn't matter if it's Starmer, doesn't matter if it's Trump, doesn't matter who it is, you're a lost cause. I mean, I don't care when right, that was nice. That was a nice hot chocolate right there. Well, it would be hot if I drank it an hour ago, but I'm drinking it now. So it's like, I mean, a milkshake with water. So, anyway, guys. So yeah, I was just sitting there and I was thinking to myself right now. I mean, I was feeling a little bit down earlier, and I was thinking to myself, what's my way of cheering myself up? Taking the piss out of the elite. So I thought I'd come on there and take the piss out of the elite for a bit. One of my favourite subjects back in the day, I mean, up on the old Spreaker.com under the Kanji show, then got renamed to the Lionheart show, was take the piss out of Benjamin Netanyahu milkshake. Sorry, I mean, Benjamin Netanyahu. I mean, and, I mean, the bloodthirsty tyrant of Israel and all of that and so forth. I know you're not supposed to say stuff like that on the Israel platform known as OiVTube, and but here we are, OiVTube. Anyway, welcome to OiV. Today on OiVTube, we're gonna censor anybody speaking about geoengineering or censor anything about transhumanism or anything to do with like the 3-dot system into your arm and so forth. I mean, we'll censor anything that really protects, I mean, your fellow public and all of that. We will happily do that on OiVTube. So yeah, let me just contact a friend of mine as well, and yeah. Sorry, let me just contact them for a second. She'll laugh at it. There we go. But yeah, so if you guys, I mean, how many of you are still sick and tired of all the censorship that goes on OiVTube, all that out there? How many of you would like YouTube to go? I mean, go back to some of the things it was, where you could say anything you want and all of that, so on, right? As long you didn't harm anybody. Remember those days? You could say anything you want as long you didn't harm anybody, right? But unfortunately, we have a pussy platform, OiVTube, and where you speak out against the C19, dart system. You know what I mean? They like, oh, you can't say that. You can't. You know what I mean? All that sort of thing, right? So we need to tell OiVTube. I'm gonna keep calling that for now, guys. I'm giving up the word YouTube for now on. I think we should give that up and call it for what it is. It's owned by the Zionists. It's owned by the, and that's why we've seen hundreds of thousands of more channels that have been censored and kicked off here because they're speaking out against the evil agendas on so many levels. I mean, I find it interesting. The ones that speak in truth don't get paid. You know what I mean? Because they speak in the truth. And the ones that are getting paid on OiVTube are the ones that are lying, cheating, and doing things that you would not normally do in your local area because you get arrested. So, but anyway, so as I like to say, OiVTube. All it's missing, right? Yeah, I mean, is a 2-category tier system on YouTube, on sorry, OiVTube. That is Goyim and Zionism. That's all it's missing. Are you a Goyim? Yes. Are you a Zionist? Yes. That's all is missing. You know what I mean? Because like we've seen on X right now, you know what I mean? A lot of it is basically, a lot of these blue tick accounts. I'm on them myself, and I don't have a blue tick. I don't have a yellow or whatever. Because it's notice if you have a blue tick over there and so forth, you're funding the problem. You're not helping. You're not the solution. You're the dickhead. It's like a lot of these control oppositions like Alex Jones and all these other ones. So we've got their little blue ticks alongside them and so forth. And basically, they funding the flipping problem and everything else. By them paying money or whatever and so forth, they're actually funding the problem. It's like Syrian girl and the others. I mean, got these little blue ticks and all of that. They say, "Oh, it's to get more people to know about me and all that." You're speaking the truth and all that. You're gonna get shadow pan blue tick or not. So what's the point of having a blue tick in the fucking first place? You know what I mean? I mean, I've been on Twitter now. Well over a decade now, and 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 to me, if you're going to speak truth, you don't pay your way to speak the truth. You know what I mean? Truth will make its own way. You speak it, and truth will make its own way. How many people spend, to express it and all that? It will make its own way. And but when you also think as well that a lot of people, doesn't matter if truth. There's people there'll be a percentage of people that will have cognitive dissonance. They'll just march off. They'll piss off and jump into the mind rot. You know what I mean? They'll sit and watch videos and that and so forth instead of finding out what's really going on. It's like the local housing situation in my neck of the woods. And you could apply this anywhere. You know what I mean? So where you go to the authorities and all that for help and all of that, but most of the time they just take the piss out of you and they just like saying, "Oh, just come in for some cowl and all of that," and it's like, and they say this to a lot of disabled people that can't get there. They go, "Oh, come in and all that." They're taking the fucking piss. These pricks are on so many fronts and all that. There's a group in Wales, the Voice of Wales. I think it was them that did it, or the People's Voice of Wales, or something like that it's called, and they mentioned, right, around Christmas time, the local authorities, right, they wanted the homeless to come in for Christmas food and all that, but a lot of them, right, are like 10 miles out, you know what I mean? And they got no car to get there or nothing, right? So, the authorities and all of that wanted the people, the homeless, to walk all the way in and then not walk all the way back and to where they're sleeping and so forth and everything else by all accounts. And some of the authorities think a temporary accommodation for a couple of nights and you're back on the street for the next month or so is a solution. It's not. It shows how retarded Swansea authorities and a lot of the public are around here. You know what I mean? It proves that sorry, I can hear my Welsh accent getting very stronger and stronger. that dragon. It's changed something else now. Yeah, it's absolutely diabolical what's going on. If you are a type of person that thinks voting, for politicians that is the answer, where they are going along with so much of the tyrannical regimes because they're getting paid behind the scenes, like Plaid Cymru and many others. Look how many times they said, "Oh, vote for us" and all that. No, Plaid Cymru are a safe party for a false opposition. That's all they are. They're a safe party. Yeah, for a false, choice and all of that. And when I say false opposition, in other words, they pretend to be the opposition, but they're still going along with the agenda and stuff like that. Same as conservatives. When you got conservatives in, Labour is the false opposition. Liberal Democrats, Green Party, and all the others. Advance and many others are all false oppositions. Anybody that thinks, America or Australia is going to be any different, you think going to there is going to be any different? No, the politicians are still the same. End. End of the day. There's no difference. I'm still, still sort of like seeing people going, Trump's the answer, and I'm like, no, not. Going into a building is more of an answer than Trump, and that is fucked up. I mean, so you can tell how fucked up Trump is, and so guys, let me do studio mode, and I need to check something. Yeah, yeah. I mean, people think, yeah, I mean, politician is the answer, no, are the answer, and no matter. There's a guy right now actually on Facebook from Britain, and he's going around with megaphone in his car and stuff like that. You know, saying people, hey, wake up and all of that. Why are you still voting? Why are you still doing this? Why are you still doing that? I mean, you lot are complaining and this, that, and so forth, but you haven't got the fucking balls to speak out or anything and stuff like that. Come on. I mean, we know it's the bank cartels. We know the politicians are on our side now. What's keeping you from flipping, standing up to this system, standing up to the corruption, standing up to the? Think of it. Like I said the other day about countries are actually the plantations. I mean, Larkin Rose goes into it a bit as well. I mean, actually goes into quite a lot actually. And plus you got like Microsarian that looks at the that we've got as slavery and many others, right? And Max Egan and so on and so on, right? But why then have we still got the public going along with this slavery ship and all that on so many levels and all that? And on top of that, why have we got so many people, I mean, that do podcasts in the alternative movement still advocating for a political party, a government, and all of that? I mean, and I am going to use Larkin Rose's movie. It's like the Jones Plantation shows. Uh, people like saying, "Hey, this is going on," and all of that and so forth. But the slaves got no. They whip the one that's trying to free them, and then basically they all go back to being slaves. It's like, eh? You know what I mean? Sort of thing. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's always been the same, right? I mean, people love the servitude and all of that. They love, bowing down to a master. They love that. They love that their children grows up as slaves, either debt slaves or whatever. I mean, or slaves of the mind, because the politicians and all that have tricked the people through a lot of psychology and stuff like that to make sure that they go along with the system of death. I mean, that kills their soul and everything. And like this is what you got to ask yourself, right? How are people going to move on and enter the world of, of next level or high spirit, with the divine and all that, so forth, when they haven't even got the spirit to take on a government or speak out? Think about that. I mean, and I know, when I do things and all that and so forth, and gets under the authorities' skin and all that because the authorities are but terrorist tyrants and all that. What if I go along with evil? And Christ himself went against authority and governments and all of that and so forth. So anybody that's going along with the bootlickers and all of that, you're not being Jesus Christ right now. You don't believe in Jesus Christ and all of that and so forth, or in the Christ spirit and all of that. Because you're too busy. Like, I want to be a bootlicker, but I think I'll go to heaven. No, you won't. By being a bootlicker, you're doing the opposite of what Christ did. Think about it. You're not going to heaven. You're going to, you're going elsewhere. Benny. Just saying. So it makes you laugh. It makes time to strip in it, guys. Where I can just take off the dressing gown. There's people listening for the world go, he's stripping next to one camera. Yeah, one dressing gown off, down to a jumper. But yeah, and with my website on the thing. Oh yeah, I had a shave. I've got the brush now. Oh, you took yourself from a Yeti down to a. Okay. But anyway, let's get that down. First things first, I need to check that I haven't. We could do my shopping later, like now, but we want. we could, but we want. But anyway, but yeah, let's take away that. Ooh, bring us across. That makes me smaller. You know, I'm glad I lost a few stone. You know, 2 or 3 stones. Glad I lost that. I didn't plan on losing that, mate. It came off me. Yeah. Oh yeah. Let me just poke fun at the moment. I think I'll poke fun. Sorry, gotta do this. My cousin will probably see this now. You know, was you what Paul put on his Facebook? Well, my Penrell, my my Penrell are run by arseholes. You know, she'd be laughing. You know what I mean? Like what? Burn me. The next time I see my uncle and aunt, my uncle will go, Paul, do you think Penrell are run by arseholes? Yes, I do actually. My uncle may go, so do I. Burn me. Let's right then. Let's come up my Facebook and then we'll start going around the houses. But wait, guys. So come out studio mode, and then we'll. I, I need to put something proper in. The browser option, and we'll capture alter. That covers the whole. Well, I want to show you guys it as well. I think the other day I showed you what was it, Gwalia. I showed you guys Gwalia, the logo, and with the Genosis and all that. Of it. They'll say, "Oh, it represents the G as in Gwalia and all of that," and the compass and the set square thing. But they'll go, "Oh, that's like the base of foundation for a house and all of that and so forth." I mean, yeah, that design could represent that. I mean, like a roof and foundation for a thing. But when you compare it next to a Freemason logo and all of that, yeah, it makes you think on multiple levels. I say it is or isn't, but it shows how something that is so in people's faces, like Gwalia, used to be across from we call it the Weatherspoons, by the roundabout there, up in Swansea, and you have all these people going past on the bus every day, and so forth, driving past as well down to the the beach or down to Joe's Ice Cream and all of that, and there'd be loads that would not have connected the dots ever. That's right. And me just being me, you know what I mean? Because the authorities and the Masons tried to fuck me up, kid and all that, you know. Put me on the path on like why authorities, I mean, Masonic little bastards, you know what I mean? On so many levels. Once I found out, and and once you realize that it isn't just you know, I mean, when you're younger watching films and that, yeah, you see corporations and and plus on teletext, you see the business news and all that, but you see nothing about masonry. So when you start finding things out above the first like one level to 5 levels, and you go way up, and you start finding like a lot of things that really goes on, and when like some masons have got to kill family members level and all, right? Um, then then it starts to hit home why they go after kids. I mean levels that to the deep ground. It's not a hobby for me, personal. What do you call it? I would say vendetta. The police love vendettas. It's something else. It's more like a retribution. That's why one of my designs for when I do gaming, I might pull it back out the retribution that. But it is retribution at the end of the day, and and I do want to give my hats off to what's her name, Briani, and quite many people I've seen have gone in a channel and pass, and also, I mean, since she sort of like stopped the chat thing, and for a while she still get like a lot of new phone in her, and she kept going. And yet, I see like a lot of people around me that have not even started out against Parliament, Sonic order and stuff. I mean, like midway up. You know what I mean? Anyway, but I'm gonna make myself a cup of coffee because I think this may be a long one. Oh, hello. Let me. That might help with. Thing is, I'm on Wi-Fi, guys. I should. That seems. Yeah, I'm getting. Well, uh, but now, and if I do gaming, then yeah, that's interesting. Oh no, I can't close the. Yeah, the and the thing as well, when I speak to people in like mental health and stuff like that, and I say, me to about my housing, or oh no, that's just. And then what's that on my fucking screen? Shining, all you bastards. What is that on my screen? If my housing doesn't exist, that. Let me just get my no, if my housing doesn't exist, then there shouldn't be any website. Yeah, what do you call it? The thing is, well, we should check out Ugly today as well. Well, we should check out the Ugly and go from there. If you guys don't know what Ugly is, no, it's not Boris Johnson. Fucking I said the other guy's name. What's it? John Major. I said John Major. But might as well go there. I really wanted to say Cyril Smith. I want to say it's not the Boris Johnson fucking Cyril Smith, but John Major's name came right by the mouth, and that's. No, Ugly is United Grand Lodge of England, and I've been looking at that thing for quite a while now. Go on. I looks like I'm going to have to boil the kettle again. All the water. Ask. There we go. Yeah. Have a little look at the glasses. So you guys can have a. I was showing them to the Syrian girl the other day. No, it's how the Masons like, oh look, we do this for people, we do that for people, and then the other hand, then they backstabbing you, sending you the wars, getting you murdered, the wars that they cause, and all that, and so forth. But anyway, but yeah, I mean, we see this on a lot of our housing, you know, where they put to ensure that our tenants, both now in the future, live in safe, affordable, fit for purpose accommodation. And yet, the same group of Masons are working with, the technocrats and everything else to bring in AI stuff and all that, and 5/6G sort of, which basically surveillance state and everything. And you know these two, yeah, I mean, right, we got a person who looks elderly, and you got a younger gent here, and so forth. Both of them are Masons. Like, we'll look after our fellow Masons. I mean, not the. I mean, not the like. You're a member of public, and you know what you do, what us Masons are really into. Then I mean, if we want to help you, we'll actually screw you over. Like, I'm finding out. If you know what's really going on, you get screwed over left, right, and centre. And the police, like Swansea Police, Casino Police, and all that, will put on their records that you're nuts for knowing what's really going on. So, therefore, by me knowing that people that work in the police forces know that are male and female, therefore I'm nuts for saying that. So you guys not really male or female, then you're basically jellyfishes with no sexual gender. No sexual genders, right? Okay. But anyway, let's move forward. No, you're a lamppost. That's it. Yeah, you're not even a living animal or anything, or a living sea creature or whatever. A lamppost. And I can put my posters on you. At least you're doing something for the community properly. That isn't you being told by the government or by Parliament to screw the public over. Because you look what police actually is properly. What police actually is. Because the police in my local areas haven't got it through the thick skull yet. There's a debt to be resolved. You know what I mean? And I will not stop doing what I'm doing until you pay that fucking debt. I mean, and when your meat suits, like my meat suit, will die, you'll get to see what that fucking debt is, and then you'll be looking back going, "Oh shit, debt to pay." Yeah, you did. You know what I mean, under common law, I mean, Gwalia, Hobble, courts, and all of us have got a debt to pay. Not about me paying debt. What debt you got to pay? I got no debts to pay. You've got one fucking massive debt that you keep building and building and building until the day you die. Then you don't fix that debt right now, then you're going to be basically paying for it eternity. That's all I'm saying. I've given the police multiple chances to pay that debt. Multiple chances to pay. They don't want to pay it. I mean, no skin off my nose. As long as my conscience is. Anyway, says here, Mosaic Housing Association was founded in 1975. Well, that's year my brother was born. I want to be his Mason. No, I'm joking, I'm joking. And specializes in the provision of shelter housing. It is registered as a charitable housing association. Interesting. Yeah, because what people don't realize, a lot of these Masons and so forth, they will do shit, but they think they do charitable works, it clears it. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. You're doing evil shit. Only way, I mean, that would come close on being resolved, I mean, or having, I mean, some form of penance, getting forgiveness from the hatred, from the harm the people you've done it to. Then, anyway, Asia is registered as a charitable housing association under the Cooperative and Community Benefit Society Act of 2000. Registration number 2144R, and also with the regulator of social housing registration number LO673. I mean, and schemes. When I think of schemes, guys, it reminds me of criminals in the background going, "What are we going to do today, boys?" I don't know, boss. What we are going to do? Are we going to rob a bank? Would it be better if we just own the bank and we can rob the public that way? The idea. But anyway, but it says here, right, our aim is to ensure that our tenants, both now and in the future, live in safe. Bullshit. I was in a Masonic housing group in Gwalior, and they try to say the same. Oh, for tenants to live safe. What if the tenant is attacking somebody else, and then the housing association sides with the ones that are attacking? Yeah, I mean the victim. Gwalior problem. Then, and it says affordable, fit for purpose accommodation. And the places in Rob Davis, the flat I was in Rob Davis, yeah, I mean they went even with the money. They should be giving those flats away for crap. And it's like the new buildings that they've just, probably just put up and in ML recently. I'm hearing a lot of faults from them already. Nothing changes. Like, look, all these up, look, there's a new way of looking houses and flats and so forth. And they still got problem after problem after problem. It's like the intercom system in Rob Davis Court, the block I was in. They didn't fix that all the time I was there. Yeah. And I was out there for a few months, and I came here, and somebody told me, "Do you know they still haven't fixed it?" I went, "Typical Pobble/Gwalior." But anyway, and there's another thing as well. I mean, what Gwalior/Pobble does, they don't want you. Say if you and neighbour of yours have got the same problem and all that, right? They don't want you and your neighbour going together and so forth. This is from personal experience. And because me, Rob, and Miss Simpson from Roddives Court, right? Three of us got together because we wanted that intercom fixed, right? And Gwalior, like Gwalior/Pobble, was like, "Oh no, we want you on your own." Yeah, because they can gang up then and say, "I don't know, we never said that." But my phone, when I spoke with Gwalior and so forth, I had the shit recorded through my phone. Yeah, I mean, and because even now, when my phone's through, there's a little icon at the bottom, a little man icon. Hit that, bang, it's recording. And also, it's on automatic as well. But I still hit it to look down to make sure, and then it says it's not recording. Boom, I hit it, and what you call it. So, but yeah, I mean, you gotta watch out for these housing associations. But those are just doing what Parliament says. Because if they're just doing whatever Parliament is saying, then they're agents of the state, and never trust anybody working for the state. I mean, like 1984, the things, Aldous Huxley's Brave New World, and yeah, I mean, there's so many films that come out, well as philosophers, for many thousands of years have said, never trust the government, never trust the state. But and yet, public still trust governments. Talk about banging your head against a wall, eh? Maybe that's what it is when people go to that wall out in the middle. Maybe it's people that I mean, are so had enough of governments and all. They go up to the wall, banging their head. No, I'm joking. Anyway, it's just them showing their allegiance to the Roman Empire and all, as well to the synagogue of Satan and Baal and all of that. And so, yeah, I mean, that's Christ and higher up and all. Christ came here, and Christ basically said, "This isn't God who you were worshiping, all that. I mean, what is higher than God itself? The divine is more powerful than God that created this world." Yeah, that's the question. How many of you are actually worshiping Satan, but realizing you're worshiping Satan? Think about that, or the Saturn, or the Saturnalia, or whatever call it. But anyway, oh, let me show you. Browser option. As you can see, this is my Dreamweaver that I'm using at the moment, and I mean, I'm putting this little table together, and this table will be put on to my WordPress. I'll put like snippets there, guys. There's about 4 or 5 tables there now. You guys want to check those tables out on deaduk.info. There's about 4 or 5 tables there, and I'm not gonna put like hundreds of. I mean, if you really want to know something, you check it for yourself anyway when you search yourself. But these are like little snippets to get people started and so on. So that's what I'm doing. I'm putting like little tables together. That I go to Educate. Yeah, this is the website. As you know, you guys have seen it before. But if you guys haven't been, I need to get my pasta machine. Anyway, as you can see here, get the stuff about pandemic. Get the and you've got the surveillance stuff, and plus I will be adding. Yeah, I'm creating like little tables, and don't forget, anybody still thinks Trump is. Don't forget, Trump pushed the bots on to the American people. So now a lot of people got this nanotechnology they bought. I mean, and the blood stacking. Anyway, I won't click on BitChute because I have not got activate. Okay, I go on to what you will see is sorry, can't access this site right. Yeah, none. I can go, but what if I try to put my VPN now? It'll knock the internet and it really back in because I got Proton on class linked with that. So many gets back to us. Oh, yeah, I mean, take this. Yeah, so I mean, I know there's a lot more links. Got events. People can't say I don't, right? And there's Logical Annie. Check her. I wonder if she's done anything new because I'm not going to play her stuff. If you guys want to check us, pop across. You know what I mean? But she's another one. I mean, and this is like 5 years. But also had one of the channels taken down. You know. So I mean, we've been doing this for so long now. Well, and if you do it a long time and you're not controlled up as Ivy channels, I noticed with one of my channels was getting hit, and it had to go. What happens is, for those who don't know, if your channel gets taken down by you, then all your other stuff goes off of you. If you come on, if your voice is heard or your face and all that, and so, oomph, I mean, you can't do. And the moment strikes out, hit in, so it hit. I finally, I mean, like get off from channels, right down and all that. Then as soon as I get past one strike and it, like say a week goes by and I come back on, and so, like I thought, you know what? Instead of me getting like lose everything, I took a tactical option at to that the channel had to go. I saved my accounts right across you. Sacrifice one, give the man. It was like a fucking Star Trek episode. But anyway, yeah. So this is stuff that Logical Annie done over the years, and he looked back in Olympics, exposed, and everything else when they were going on, and we looked at so many things. But what you find is, oh yeah, she had her own website for a while. Over here, you know what I mean, what if it's still going? And Logical, that's still maybe focused on that now, or tired. But yeah, you know what I mean, I don't, I don't mind putting back passive stuff out there, right? Art to now and again, he will say certain things that might nudge the masses in the. But at the end of the day, but anyway, And the thing is, as well, some of you may have heard me say as well, even to this very day, I'm still having what I think this guy sees is over 190, and it's like, so if I'm still deciding, I'm still putting another table on the. So when I got people that dumped me to just give me one little pamphlet, right? This is what I laugh at. Right? Someone thought one bit of pamphlet would, you know what I mean, debunk all of that right there. Not a chance. I mean, and I've looked into far more than that. You know what I mean? That's just what I've thought, right, I'll put this on there and far more to get to that. And when you got this as well, you know, you got the you know, when you got like the risk of geoengineering, accelerating biodiversity loss, compounding planetary crisis by seal, you know what I mean? You got the Parliament report of secession 2009 to 2010, regulation of geoengineering, and you know what I mean? You've got the Royal Society, DARPA. So anyone that's, you know what I mean? These, like I said, I mean, like small snippets for people who still haven't got a clue what's going on and they just get into it, like introduction ways. So if people still think that this is going on, then this alone, you see like research facilities from governments, military, and you know part of the geoengineering thing, then that's alone should hit. If it's not hitting home by now, then you just avoid dead space pause, and there's nothing else said. And I do like that as well, where it says, you know, it's stratospheric aerosol injection, and also cloud brightening. So yeah, if you still don't get it by now, guys, I mean, carry on watching. That's all I can say. All I and again, do you want me to put on a Barney video? Anyway, sorry. Uh, we're not that dumb. I would say dumb, but I would say condition. That's it, same year. It comes to the Great Reset. You've got the European Parliament for the top one. You've got the World Forum by here. You've got the Art Charges and that. You've got the bridge. You know what I mean? It just goes on. You know. Notice there's not one single YouTube. I mean, for something like the Great Reset, yeah, I could put a YouTube video there with Klaus Schwab and all of that. But the trouble with the masses, they're like things I see, or you know what I mean, or mainstream news, something like that, because they've been conditioned. So in other words, say if Gosano had lava, right, and lava coming down, you know, through the hills and all of that, and so I spotted it. I went wrong. Hey, lava's coming. They go, oh no, it's not. But then if the mainstream media said it, oh shit, lava. By then it'll be too late because the mainstream lot, they want the public to die. They'll see it as the lava's hitting the homes. Oh, by the way, as your home's getting hit, I mean, that is caused by lava, by the way. Think you should get out now. Well, I would see it like in the distance, away from the homes, and we go, "Hey, we got time to get out. Let's go." And it's funny, right? My brother and some members of my family, they'd be going, "Oh no, that would never happen," and so on and so on. And when certain things started to happen and all that I mentioned, they were like, "Oh, you mentioned this." Yeah, but I didn't work it out because smart or dumb. I just followed the and listened to the very people that told. And yet you said it wasn't gonna. And yet the people that planned it, I mean, I'm like that. They're like, "We need to be sarky." I'm not being sarky, but I listened. And that's what it is, isn't it? That's what it is. So when people say to me, "Oh, you don't listen," I listen to the right people. You know what I mean? That's the difference. That is the big difference. I'm not going to listen to somebody that hasn't got a clue what's going to, well, fuck over humanity. I mean, I'm going to listen to somebody that is going to fuck over humanity. So then I know humanity's going to get fucked over. And then I can speak out about it. And usually other stuff on the six, I can show you guys. Some people have got, no, you haven't got any mini tape. I'm showing you all the cables I got. I mean, it's nothing like Roy Wills, mate. Or Roy Wills. What a fucking oversight that was when that got taken down by it, not by me. And that was a beast when it came to tables. Because you would have like one massive table that would be like 120 different categories. Because I spent years on it, it had over 100 links for each. It had tons, and you had pages upon pages upon pages. I mean, I read two articles I wrote all to. I'm saying, hey, go and check out this. Loads. That's why I had the traffic I had. It was. That's why I get attacked a lot from the authorities because I mean they put down nuts. I mean, and yet Swansea police and Gostingham police don't realise they're going to be murdered just like the rest of us. It's okay. But they think going on with the government and parliament and the make safe, and nope, they're going to be killed off just like me. How's that pension, by the way? Oh yeah, please. I mean, you think I got no evidence? Look, I do the work. I try to stop people being murdered. Just saying. Unlike some people siding with druggies that kill me, or almost. Somebody stopped them. That was. I want to say thanks, Dad, for teaching me self-defense. Uh, yeah, I was. I tell you a story about that as well. When my dad was teaching on how to throw somebody out, and it was funny. So like, yeah, I'm a little dut at this point, right? My dad, oh, he's an absolute beast of a man. I mean, been in the military and all. It was funny. It was funny, and dad's like showing me, and I'm like, yeah, my dad could pick me up with one arm easy. No, young, he just picked that sort of thing. Yeah, but showed me, and I get brought forward. I think I caught him at underwear because me and him stumbled forward. It was funny. We like went, uh, and I mean, I don't know if I did it right or I just got lucky. I don't know, but yeah, that was funny. You know what I mean, and I've always used that move as well. I've always used that move thanks to my dad. You know, and a few other things. And my uncle Gary as well, and my uncle and auntie practicing judo. I mean, Mark quite a lot. That was fun. I mean, nothing. You know, what I mean, roughhousing is good. You know, roughhousing's always a good. I mean, anybody who says roughhousing shouldn't be allowed. Yeah, those people they need to be shot. So, oh yeah, I'm working on the pictures as well, guys. If you guys wondering where the pictures have gone and all of that, and I would like to know that as well because there shouldn't be anything here right now. Because they've disappeared for some. Putting something. You know what I mean, I've actually got a page done right here. But when I put more stuff in, that's gonna. And instead of having just like a slideshow thing, I'm doing it this way now. I'll show you. Right. There you go. I mean, so it's like this. You've got like a bit of text go through. Not like some. It'd just be like picture text, picture text. I'm thinking of putting like a little story. It'd be like this. And this is I mean, China and the mental health place, which is only. So you go like that one, one street, then you turn right, and then you're there, sort of thing. Yeah. That's basically what it is, you know. Like, basically that, you know, one straight line and then turn right once. In other words, sort of like keep going that way. Go like do a little bit, but technically it's one straight line. Thing on go past the hospital, then hospital, turn right, past the big past stop, and then it takes like 5-10 minutes to get there. And these people hate people at against the government. They don't like you. They so brainwash and indoctrinate into the state and speak out against the system and all of that. They don't like. Well, their money depends on that indoctrinate. And just one of the police officers that had a joke and a laugh when I had my main rig set up over there, sort of thing, and we were like looking at the t-shirt, get a laugh. Anyway, yeah, guys, yeah, this is I mean, yeah, that's it's not all the site, but that, but yeah, you guys don't know as well. Um, I know a lot of you um follow me on, yeah, some, a lot of you will check it later. Um, but what I also do, I'm also here as well on TikTok, and I mean, I know there'll be loads of you that have a lot of videos to if you go. I, there's over a year's worth as beauty to dig it up. Oh, shit. And at the moment, TikTok's not liking what I'm saying. It's shadow banning a lot of things I'm saying right now. Oh, hello. But let's see. Oh, I've lost a follower. Anyway, actually, I'm still in the pluses. I said this morning 1,070. So might have been a video I put out this about money. Yeah, guys, I got some stuff over here, and here's one of the lyrics I wrote.
Day and night, failing from prejudice, from stupid people, dead uke website rising without selling of my soul. NPCs will dead inside, void in their hearts. Intelligence went away, only a post in the mail. Do you still have cognitive dissonance? My work fills my soul.
Yeah, there's a reason why I wrote that line, guys. I mean, about the brain. It's like the brain, it's gone away, sort of thing, because body and all that. I mean, wasn't using it or whatever. So, and so it's like, you got a brain here. So I'm gonna fuck off right now. And the brain's like saying in our head, saying, "Hey, do you want me, or do you have cognitive this?" I mean, are we gonna work as a unit and lighten spiritual and be this, that, and so forth, or are you just gonna go along with whatever the system says, the state says, Parliament says, the courts and all so forth, is 100% against the divine, everything else. Yeah, I mean, and Christ alone went against the governments and all that, and so you guys have a question: how can you Christ-like or whatever if you're voting to be can't be one or the other? Sorry, you can't be both. You only can be one or the can't be both, and that's why the qualities and all of that. When PCSO came in here one time, and they sort of like asked a question in front of my mum, and do you respect the laws? Do you respect government laws? No, I respect God's law, not the God of this world, Satan, divine. And did you know within that moment, they left in a second. They were gone. I mean, I know mentally they didn't understand, but something must have resonated for them till that moment. Because if you go along whatever Parliament says that and so wrong, that is wrong. That is not. Parliament is a bastard child of the devil. Anybody that's voting for and they're voting for child abuse. Anybody that's going along with authorities and parliaments and all of that, and so you want children to be bad. You know what I mean? And like Jesus, when he was walking around, he said stuff that the public did, and yet it was true. The same thing's got to happen now. If you want 10 Downing Street advocating child abuse, nothing else. If you say it's not, then think of it this way: higher taxes, less money in your pocket, and also in the rollout of AI data centers, electric, and right? Okay, but the bill doesn't get passed on to the data centers, not passed on to the public. The government does nothing. It actually encourages it. They like surveillance, keep an eye on the public. So they put the bill on the public, which takes out your pocket, less food, point where you can't even pay bills, you can't even have food, but anyway, homeless. And you've got children, your children are homeless. They just got abused by the state, and a lot of you are letting it happen. Think of it that way. I know what the kicker is. Royal family and people in Parliament and all. That's the kicker, and yet, how serious I am. Not laughing. Fucking one giant piss take on it. So anyway, that note, guys, not going to be on for long. Anyway, I've still got a shed of things. I'm going to finish doing the table and all that. I'm going to be then starting a new table. Yeah, I mean, and we'll go from there. I've still got to put somebody in their place as well. Somebody that's part of the alternative journalism. But they need to be in a minute, and it's fun. Well, it's going to be fun for me anyway. So I can't wait. You guys take care now, right? You stay safe and all out there. Bye for now.
Concrete jungle where the dreams are made. Neon lights piercing through the heavy shade. I'm walking solo on this broken glass. I'm walking solo on this broken glass. Watching all the shadows as they start to pass. Oh, the city's calling out my name, but the heartbeat never feels the same. Lost in the rhythm of the midnight sun. The race is over, but I've just begun. Steel horizons reaching for the gray. Another dollar just to buy another day. Echoes of a story that was never told, in a world that's turning bitter and cold. Oh, the city's calling out my name, but the heartbeat never feels the same. Lost in the rhythm of the midnight sun. The race is over, but I've just begun. just begun. City